Might I offer you some advice? Forget everything that you think you know.
Save the lives of thousands. What if I told you that reality is one of many?
I don't believe in fairy tales about chakras.
When Doctor Strange arrived in theaters in 2016, it marked a bold and mind-bending new chapter in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Directed by Scott Derrickson, the film took audiences into a dimension of mysticism and alternate realities, far beyond the grounded worlds of Iron Man or Captain America. It explored magic, time manipulation, and the spiritual side of the Marvel world, introducing a hero unlike any other. The story centered on Dr. Stephen Strange, a brilliant yet arrogant neurosurgeon whose life takes a dramatic turn after a tragic car accident shatters his hands, ending his medical career and plunging him into a desperate search for healing and purpose. His journey leads him to the hidden sanctuary of Kamar-Tajé, where he encounters the Ancient One, a wise and mysterious master of the mystic arts who opens his eyes to realities he never believed possible. What made Doctor Strange so distinct from other Marvel films was its visual storytelling. Every frame was packed with kaleidoscopic imagery and mind-warping sequences that felt like stepping into a surreal painting. The bending cityscapes, the mirror dimension, and the folding of time itself became a visual language that redefined how audiences perceived superhero cinema. The film's use of practical effects blended with groundbreaking digital artistry created scenes where gravity lost meaning and reality could be bent at will. Scott Derrickson's direction embraced the psychedelic roots of the character's comic book origins, delivering a cinematic experience that was both spiritual and visually hypnotic. It wasn't just a superhero story, it was a philosophical journey about ego, surrender, and enlightenment. Benedict Cumberbatch's performance as Stephen Strange brought the character to life with a perfect balance of arrogance and vulnerability. His transformation from a self-centered genius to a humbled sorcerer made the story emotionally resonant. Cumberbatch's presence added depth to a role that could have easily been overshadowed by the film's visual spectacle. The supporting cast strengthened the story even further. Tilda Swinton, as the Ancient One, brought a serene yet powerful energy to the role, delivering wisdom wrapped in calm mystery. Chiwetel Ejiofor portrayed Mordo, a skilled sorcerer whose loyalty and moral conflict laid the groundwork for future tension. Rachel McAdams as Christine Palmer grounded the story in human emotion, offering a glimpse into Strange's past and what he had lost along the way. Mads Mikkelsen's portrayal of Caecilius, a former disciple turned rogue sorcerer, added the perfect antagonist, someone who sought eternal life through dark magic, believing he was serving a greater good. The film's story unfolded like a spiritual awakening. Strange's accident was not just physical but symbolic, a breaking of his ego and identity. His journey to Kamar-Tajé was a journey inward, where he had to let go of control and open his mind to new possibilities. The Ancient One's teachings about astral projection, alternate dimensions, and the power of thought pushed him to evolve beyond science and logic. The concept of the multiverse was introduced, hinting at infinite realities and possibilities within the Marvel world. Through intense training and internal struggle, Strange learned to manipulate reality, travel through dimensions, and wield the mystic arts. His journey from skeptic to sorcerer mirrored the journey of belief from doubt to faith, from intellect to intuition. The visual representation of magic in the film became one of its most iconic aspects. Instead of traditional spells or energy blasts, the mystic arts were shown as geometric symbols, glowing mandalas, and shifting realities. The mirror dimension became a playground for stunning action sequences, where the environment itself became a weapon. The time-bending scenes using the Eye of Agamotto later revealed as the Time Stone were some of the most memorable moments in the film, demonstrating the dangers and responsibilities of manipulating time. The climactic confrontation with Dormammu, an ancient being of immense power from the dark dimension, became one of the most creative endings in Marvel history. Instead of relying on brute strength or destruction, Strange defeated Dormammu with intellect and persistence, trapping him in an endless time loop until the entity agreed to withdraw from Earth. It was a battle of wit and patience, rather than violence, a refreshing twist on the superhero formula. Doctor Strange's release marked a significant expansion of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It opened doors to mystical realms and multiversal concepts that would later become central to Marvel's storytelling. The film's integration of the Time Stone connected it directly to the larger Infinity Saga, setting up Strange as a key player in the cosmic events that would follow. It also subtly teased the consequences of tampering with time and reality, foreshadowing the chaos that would later unfold in Avengers, Infinity War, and Endgame. The movie also hinted at future conflicts, particularly through Mordo's disillusionment with the Ancient One's methods, leading him to walk a darker path that promised to return in future stories. The soundtrack, composed by Michael Giacchino, captured the mystic and otherworldly essence of the film perfectly. With a blend of traditional orchestral elements and psychedelic undertones, the music gave Doctor Strange its distinct personality. It evoked a feeling of stepping into a world that was both ancient and futuristic. Each theme carried emotional weight, from Strange's sorrowful moments of loss to his triumphant realization of purpose. The score helped tie together the film's balance of science, mysticism, and emotion. Cinematically, Doctor Strange represented a risk for Marvel. Up until then, the MECU had stayed grounded in science fiction and technology-based storytelling. This film ventured into magic, metaphysics, and spirituality areas that required a delicate balance to make believable in a cinematic universe built on rational science. But the risk paid off. The film was celebrated for its creativity, visual innovation, and philosophical undertones. Audiences were drawn not only to the visual spectacle, but to the deeper message about humility, self-discovery, and the nature of reality. It reminded viewers that true power often comes not from control, but from letting go. Benedict Cumberbatch's portrayal also became iconic, instantly solidifying Doctor Strange as one of Marvel's most compelling heroes. His sharp intelligence and dry wit blended with moments of deep introspection, making the character feel authentic and relatable, despite the fantastical world he inhabited. His future appearances in Avengers, Infinity War, Endgame, and beyond would further explore his role as a protector of the multiverse and a moral anchor within the chaos of the MCU. Doctor Strange also carried symbolic depth beneath its surface. It dealt with themes of identity, ego, and the illusion of control. Strange's fall from greatness and his rediscovery of meaning through selflessness mirrored the classic hero's journey, but with a spiritual twist. The Ancient One's teachings that it's not about you became the emotional heart of the film. In a world obsessed with achievement and recognition, Doctor Strange offered a story about humility and transcendence. It explored the idea that enlightenment comes when one stops seeking power and starts seeking purpose. The world building within the film was intricate and fascinating. Camartage was depicted as a place of quiet mystery, filled with hidden knowledge and ancient rituals. The mystic sanctums located in London, New York, and Hong Kong added layers to the global scope of sorcery in the Marvel Universe. The dark dimension, with its abstract, glowing visuals, was both beautiful and terrifying, a realm where time and space had no meaning. Every environment felt alive, reflecting the film's theme that the universe is far larger and stranger than human perception can comprehend. From a filmmaking perspective, Doctor Strange pushed boundaries in visual effects and storytelling. The team behind its design used complex fractal patterns, mirror geometry, and multi-layered perspectives to create the illusion of dimensions, folding, and reality shifting. The result was a cinematic experience that felt both magical and mathematical, as if the universe itself was a living equation constantly rearranging. Every spell, every gesture, and every visual cue was crafted with detail, symbolizing the precision of mystic art. These visual achievements would go on to influence later Marvel projects, setting a new standard for depicting supernatural elements on screen. The film's humor also played an essential role in balancing its heavy philosophical tone. Doctor Strange's interactions with the sentient cloak of levitation brought unexpected moments of levity. The cloak, almost a character in itself, expressed loyalty, personality, and even a sense of humor, lightening the story's darker moments. Strange's awkward yet confident wit, his sarcastic remarks, and his disbelief at the world of magic made him a relatable figure in an otherwise fantastical narrative. This blend of humor, philosophy, and action became one of the film's greatest strengths, allowing it to appeal to both casual audiences and deeper thinkers alike. In many ways, Doctor Strange was a story about transformation, not just of its main character, but of the Marvel Cinematic Universe itself. It expanded the MCU's boundaries beyond Earth and science, into the realm of consciousness and cosmic order. It introduced a hero whose battles were not just physical but metaphysical, whose enemies were not only external but internal. The film's closing moments, as Strange took his place as the protector of the New York sanctum, symbolized the birth of a new kind of hero, one who used wisdom, patience, and understanding as weapons as powerful as any armor or hammer. Doctor Strange's legacy continues to resonate through every multiverse storyline and magical conflict that followed. It opened a door to infinite realities, new dimensions, and endless storytelling possibilities. Its balance of visual wonder and spiritual reflection made it one of the most unique entries in the Marvel franchise. It was not just a movie about a man learning magic, it was about a man learning meaning. From the moment Stephen Strange first opened his mind to the infinite, the Marvel Universe was never the same again.